I'm gonna start with the radio because I want the slack to be down at the amp end in case I have to pull it off for the spare. What needs to happen is radio has to come out so you can plug the connector to the back of it. Then it's going to, it asks you to remove the cluster and run the wires from here to the back of the cluster down through this side against the wall here and the wiring on all this panel down, kick panel down the side. Ask you to remove this one here as well and run the wires something along these lines here, following the rest of the factory wiring down to the back. So saved a little bit of time, and I'm sure everybody's seen videos on how to pop these out. I usually start from the bottom, but of course this comes out 4 screws that are already out. And if I could do it with one hand, I can't. The extra wiring is for my backup camera, which of course I have a different video for that. But basically where this is going to plug in is going to be these two. Now the backup camera plugged into, I believe it was this one here. I didn't want to plug into the factory camera first, so I'm going to plug in the harness for the sub out of the radio first, and then the camera harness, and then the rest of the car harness. To save some time, I decided to go ahead and just pull out the trim. Do my best to show you how to do it. So first, on screw here, you gotta pull the screw, and then this comes straight towards you, so it comes straight out, so you'll pop it this way. There, you pop that off. There's no screws to the trim here, so all this just gets popped just back towards you, and it all pops free from clips. The cluster had 2 screws here. You pop these 2 screws, and then you pull that towards you as well. Then you reach over and you unplug the connector. Then I came over this way, and this just pops outward. I came off. It's just all the clips here on this one, so that's it. This just pops right out, no screws. Then you have a screw here, and then you come towards the bottom by the OBD2, and there'll be a screw there, and then all this pops straight out towards you, all the screws, and then that's free. And of course I'm going to replace the thing here with the one for the fogs. So anyways, after you take that off, then you pop this guy out. Actually, I'm sorry, before you pop, after you do that, then this trim here just comes straight out. There's these long tabs here that just pop straight up. Then you'll have this one here, this one will pop outward. Make sure you get the button here first. That's way by the kick panel, down that way. Then it comes right out. You don't have to worry about undoing the latch that stays in place. Make sure you pull tightly so that you can try to get these buttons out. If not, then with the trim removal tool, then you can pop those out. If not, you can use a knife. I use a knife all the time. Pop one in and the other one, that comes right out. So then it'll all be cleared here. Here, come to the back. There's a 10mm here. Pop this out. Now this rear seat was kind of tricky, but it will come off. And there's a, I don't know what you call this, female latch. And then here's the male latch, and it's kind of curved. Comes down towards you, then back and down. So you have to essentially kind of push forward. You push back towards it, and then down, and then scoop it outward. That's the best way I can describe it. So if I was gonna pull the seat out, you'll push forward, then down, and then kind of do that number with it. Once that was out, this was the piece that I was kind of not wanting to do. but decided to pull off anyways. It's one plastic rivet here, or button, whatever you want to call it, and then all of it literally just pops right out towards you. You may want to fold your seat down as well. You have to undo the buttons here and here, and this is actually where you put the screw for the mounting of the sub. But pull all of this out, and eventually it will pop free, where it comes out like this. And then you're going to run the wire down this channel here, and you're going to run it alongside these wires here. So let's look at the wire. I'll give you. Alright, so I almost cut all the tails off these zip ties. That would be the last one. So I zip tied here. I came with a zip tie, so zip tied here, but basically ran to the back. Back where the cluster runs, ran down right here, down into here. So it came out through there, came this way, behind some of the wires, and it came down this way. Didn't really zip tie it here because I only have it like one way or the other, in case I have to, somebody has to undo these connectors, or myself. So probably just let it rest against back here, like so. Then after that, I zip tied it here in the front. Zip tied it one time right there in the middle, down this channel, and down this way, this factory connector, and then finally kind of comes out. It's only called for 6 inches, but yeah, it was the remaining slack, so could have had a little bit more slack down in this wiring channel here, but I think it'd be okay. It's wire, so it's not gonna rub anything. And after that, I'm just gonna put it back in reverse order, and then I'll hook up the sub. So one thing I think I forgot to mention is the mounting hardware. So you'll get the bolt, and there's a nut, and there's this tab right here. So bolt goes through the hole, and then of course you tighten the nut on there, and then you get this speed nut here that you will lock into this front section here, and put the button back on there. So the bolt will be here, and then the little clip there will be on there. Let me see if I can focus this. It'll be on there, and then you get this bolt that you put on there. So that's pretty much it. You will put your trim back in place, and then of course that's where the old button used to be. Then now you screw this guy into here, and that guy into right there, which I'm not gonna really do because I still need to install it. My next video, I'm going to actually give a review and my personal thing behind it.